Hi, this is Mrs. Plank. These are my kids. We're recording this at my parents' house. So I'm going to make the kids go away now and be quiet.
No!
All right. In social studies class, we do a lot of evaluating evidence. Like, we have to look at sources all the time, and we have to know when something is reliable. Well, the same thing is true of looking at information on the internet. How can we tell when something is reliable? So we run into like fake news versus evidence. Today we're going to be looking at this picture of the Fukushima nuclear flowers. That's what it's titled. We need to figure out how well does this picture support the claim. The claim is that flowers like this are growing near Fukushima, Japan. And your job today is to figure out what do you need to know about this picture in order to decide whether or not it is a good piece of evidence to back up the claim that flowers are growing near Fukushima that look like this. A little bit of context first. In 2011, there was a tsunami in Japan. This was a giant tsunami. It had, you can see this huge wall of water. The reason that it's important for these flowers is because it flooded a nuclear power plant near Fukushima. And so that's called the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. And it caused problems with the nuclear power plant. Basically, the nuclear power plant no longer would work at all. And after that, the government of Japan, of course, shut down the nuclear power plant, but also shut down other nuclear power plants in Japan. And the people of Japan, not so fond of nuclear power now. So, this picture was posted related to that time when people were saying nuclear power is really awful, look at what it can do. So, take a moment to pause the video and think about, or talk about with your class, depending on what your teacher says to do. Think about, what do you need to know in order to decide, is this picture good evidence to back up the claim that nuclear radiation has caused flowers like this to grow near Fukushima, Japan? Yeah, really. Pause the video now. All right, so now that you have had some time to think about what you might need to know about that picture, here's a video that your teacher is going to give you a link to, and you're going to be watching and figuring out, what does John Green tell you should be thinking about as you evaluate evidence. Write down a few notes about what you should check out to find out how trustworthy that picture is, because after this video you're going to have to actually decide how much should you trust that picture of the flowers that claim to be near Fukushima, Japan.